Hey Floss Tube, it's Leigh from Creatively, back with video number 2, a special Floss Tube here on Sunday the 5th of January 2025 with my 2024 finish parade. I meant to film this way earlier into the day. It's just gone, literally just ticked over 20 o'clock, so 8 p.m. So I'm just going to finish through these finishes, and then tomorrow I can hopefully get filming my whip parade, which I'm far less organised for. So with no further ado, I will click through. I have things on my computer, my laptop, so I'm going to be referring to that, quickly run through stats, any key kind of information, but I'll have a kind of a flashcard up between each one. So yeah, let's get on with it. So finish number 1 for the year was Southernland by Modern Folk Embroidery. I stitched this on 32 count fairy dust linen from Zweigart, and I used my own conversion. I think 3 thread works and 1 DMC. I started this on the 24th of June 2022. It was one of my 50 at 50 starts, and I finished it on the 22nd of January 2024, and that is where it finished at. Plans for this one, I want to stitch Northernland. Maybe I'll start that this year, and I'll be making a tote bag out of them. I love them, but I can't imagine I'll ever actually frame them, so I thought, why not make something usable. Sure, over time it'll get wrecked, but I'd rather, you know, some things need to be seen out in the wild, so that's the plan for that one. Finish number 2, Count the Sources by Artith Designs. This is on 32 vintage country mocha linen from Zweigart, using Victorian Motto Sampler shop red, very prim red. I started this as a New Year's Eve start with Judith on the 31st of December 2024, so right at the end there, and I finished it at the end of January, 29 January 2024. Finish number 3 is Black Sampler, a freebie chart from Stitches Through the Years. This is on 40 count parchment linen from Country Stitch. The fabric was a rack from Fiona, and I used Gutermann silk, 000 black. I started this on the 13th of November 2023 for hashtag Black Sampler November, and I finished it on the 14th of February 2024. I personalised it. There is definitely some counting errors that I just worked around. I added my initials and a year, so I had to leave out some of this flower to fit the year in, and I put my initials here instead of there were some motifs there, so that's how I personalised that. Love this so much. Again, have a look if you want to. Should be still available on the interwebs. Finish number 4 was a start and finish on the 14th of February, and I've started to fully finish it. It's going to be set in a little cardboard box, but I just am looking for a trim for it. And it was a little kit that we got, freebie kit we got at one of the retreats, don't remember which one. It's You Be Well from Shepherd's Bush. The kit contained some fabric that I didn't use. I went down to 36 count natural. Your Outlook settings are out of date. No shit, Sherlock. So 36. I used 36 count natural sampler linen, a scrap from Victorian Motto Sampler shop, and I used the DMC that was in the kit. Yeah, tiny little finish and a partial FFO. Finishes 5 and 6. I stitched this twice, 2 mini red sampler ATC cards. I used a bunch of motifs from a Hands Across the Sea Bristol Sampler. I can't remember which one that one's called, didn't write it down. And I just made them fit. So I put my initials, a few L's. There's 1, 2, 3, I think. So an L, an L, and an L. I put that, and then the person that I stitched this for, because it was an exchange, I had the letter S for their name. Otherwise it was the same. So that's a fully finish. So that was start finish FFO in March 2024. I used 40 count beige linen from Weeks Dye Works, the scrap of it, and I used some Threadworks thread that I had. Finish number 7 is another FFO. This is Wall Art Block number 4. I think this is the way up it goes. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's from Just Love Stitch. It was a kit that I bought on clearance from shop in Greytown, sorry. Kit in Greytown. So it's a South African brand. So I used all the kit materials, although I did use 3 strands of the it's kitted up in DMC. So I did use 3 strands instead of the call for 2. I liked the full coverage that gave. So I did have to supplement some of the colours from my stash. But it's DMC, so there was no issues here, and that was purely just a choice I made. It's this little box thing, and I just popped when I finished it. It's a little bit loose when you put it together because it clips together. I just went around, put a bead of hot glue around the edge, so she's pretty solid now. So I have another one of these to do, and when I finish that, then I'll find out. I'll add some kind of hanging device in there so I can hang them up. So that was a start on the 21st of January 2024 and a finish in FFO on the 20th of March 2024. Finish number 8 is Strawberry Fields Forever, Blackbird Designs. This is on a scrap of 35 count Pippi linen from Country Stitch, and I use Silks for You and Overdye Cotton. I just use my own, I kit it up with my own stash. I think it's a little brighter than the called for, and then I also added in a few motifs and things. A few of the strawberries were missing in the chart and I added them in. Started this on the 22nd of March 2024 and I finished on the 27th of March. So I didn't put that as a start finish because it went over a week. So for me, a start and a finish has to happen within the same week. So from Sunday night through to Sunday morning. That's just how I roll. But anyway, there she is close up. Really happy with how that came out. And I added my initial over here and then squeezed the year in down here. Just sort of free-handed that. Finish number 9 is Bloom from Art to Heart. That's it there. I stitched this on a piece of 32 count Soleil linen from Tommy Lily Creations that it was quite bright yellow, and I scrubbed the heck out of the middle of it with just some dishwash, and I hand scrubbed and scrubbed it so that it got a little lighter, faded nicely in the middle because the yellow was a little bit too bold, I thought, for the fact that it's got a lot of yellow in it. So this is, stitched DMC as charted, although the red, you had an option of using DMC or I think it was a Weeks, and I just substituted that red border with Overdye, a Victoria Model sampler shot from my stash, and came with the buttons. Buttons are on there, and I just think it's a really sweet little thing. It needs to be finished into a pillow, I think. Or even a flat fold, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll get around to finish it in 2025. Who knows? Finish number 10 is one of the Needful's designs from the Scarlet House. This one's called Coverlets. I'm stitching all this series on a strip of 40 count Cody linen from Country Stitch using my own Overdye cotton conversion. There are 5 designs in the chart, and I had this long strip of linen left over from when I kitted up the Under the Red Blues by forgotten her name. Vautier is her last name. Isabelle Vautier. And I had this long strip. So yeah, all 5 of these needfuls will be stitched on that. This one I started on the 14th of April and finished on the 17th of April. I'm guessing the fact that I didn't put start finish means that that went over a weekend. Not sure fully. Finish number 11 is The Long Way Home from Tempting Tangled Designs. This is on 36 count Arctic Glacier linen from Seraphim Fabrics. I think I purchased the linen via Garden Stitchery, and I used a Silks for You conversion. Closer. I love my conversion. It's similar to the called for, but I think my colours, I like that colour that's in that kind of greeny, mossy greeny colour in those sort of Quaker floral motifs, and the red is very close to DMC 22, which is one of my favourite reds, but it's a silk. So that was started on the 27th of February 2023 and finished on the 20th of April 2024. Next up is another one of the sampler, another one of the Needfuls from the Scarlet House, again stitched on 40 count Cody linen from Country Stitch using the same overdyed conversion. This is the chart called, I'll show you a bit better maybe, give you a little bit more room. This is the chart called Samplers, and I personalised that to get my initials and the date in, which meant I had to modify that motif. I think that's in that little flower. I think it moved one out towards the border, and then I made a decision when I stitched this. It's charted for X's, but I felt like, as it's called Samplers, this OneDrive isn't signed in. Good grief. I'm literally in OneDrive at the moment looking at a PowerPoint, which is in my OneDrive, so not quite sure what the heck's going on with my computer. It's very old, not my work one. I'm currently locked out of a work one. So I decided to stitch an eyelets, and yeah, because I'm a glutton for punishment. I do love eyelets though, hard to see, but they're really cute. So you don't need to stitch eyelets. I was just adding pain for myself. So I've got 3 more to do. Hopefully I'll finish them this year, or start them and finish them this year. Finish number 13 is Heather M. Jardine 1933 from Hands Across the Sea. This is heavily modified. It's going to be for my niece eventually. I added her initials, I changed motifs to suit her. Like I added Lily of the Valley, I added a koala, I added a corfi flower, changed the colours, added in, instead of the weird wreathy thing that was up here, and tiny little over one, I've got For Brianna from Auntie Leigh, and then the year just 24. I used the text that was added when the model was stitched with the Te Reo Māori in English, which says courageous woman, successful woman, resolute woman. My niece's year of birth, which I had to change because originally I stuffed that up. Yeah, her initials, and yeah, and my own colours and my own fabric. So this is stitched on 36 count Riverstone linen from Country Stitch, partial DMC conversion, significant design personalisation. It was a sale, the hashtag Heather M. Jardine sale. Started on the 1st of June 2023 and just by coincidence finished it on the 1st of June 2024. And yeah, one day I'll get it framed for her. Finishes numbers 14 and 15 were two of these ATC cards. Matariki Design. Matariki is the Māori New Year. It refers to this constellation of stars that we also know as the Seven Sisters and Pleiades. I said that wrong. I stitched this on 28 count. This is my own design. 28 count black Lugana from Zweigart, using the floss is Tom and Lily Amethyst, and I used Krennic number 8 braid and the number 101 for the stars. So the stars are kind of mapped based on a kind of a graphic commonly used around Matariki in New Zealand. This was the start, finish, and an FFO in June 2024, and I stitched it twice. This is my version. Again, it's a fully finish, just a bit of shiny metallic packaging on the back, and I just, yeah, blah, 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 exciting stuff. Finish number 16 is Denim Bis Cor pincushion from Matariki Designs. This is stitched on 25 count white or antique white, not sure. Lugana from Zweigart, using the charted Cottage Garden thread and DMC. It was a start finish on 11 August 2024. I stitched this at the Lower Hutt retreat, or the Hutt Valley retreat earlier this year, obviously on the 11th of August. Yeah, I need to get a bit of non-stretchy denim for the back of it to fully finish it. I should get on that. Finish number 17 is Moonglow from Nora Corbett. This is on the called for fabric, 32 count Mediterranean Sea linen from Witchelt. It's using the called for DMC and Mill Hill beads, but I use my own silk substitutions. And also I think one over dyed cotton for the kind of stalky bits. I started this on the 22nd of January 2024, and I finished it on the 17th of August 2024. Hashtag embrace the folds Sal, and we love our naked beauty bathing in the moonlight. Finish number 18 is the Pennsylvania Fractor Heart by Kathy Barrick. This is on a scrap of 40th count tickled ivory linen from Danes of the Needle, using my own over-dyed cottons. This chart was a loan from Zeb. I finally got it back to her before Christmas, yay me. And started on the 22nd of January 2024, and I finally finished it. I had to finish all the words on the 17th of August 2024. So my own colorway, and then I changed the personalization. In the chart it has an alphabet, but similar to when I stitched the Pennsylvania birds, I had my name and the year, and I had that it was stitched in Trentham Upper Hutt, and oh good lord, and since then my computer's very old now. It's telling me that my virus and threat protection is out of date. I can't update it anymore because it's on old version of Windows 10 and it's not patchable, so it is what it is. So yeah, and then between me stitching Pennsylvania birds in 2023 and stitching this in 2024, the post office changed the suburb name, so I'm now in Wallaceville. So I use similar font and just change it to kind of, it's the same bird, different layout, different subdivision name, but I haven't moved, and I love that kind of quirky nature about life being weird. Finish number 19 is the long-awaited Frederica from Carriage House Samplings. Frederick got stitched in 2022, I think. Don't quote me on that. This is on the same fabric as Frederick, 40 count drifting sands linen from Country Stitch, and I used the charted DMC. Probably some of the diamonds in the border are wrong because I messed some of them up, but it doesn't really matter because they are already random and you can't tell. So that was started on the 3rd of December 2023, and I finished it on the 10th of September 2024. Finishes 20 and 21 were 2 times spring ATC card. Yeah, sunflowers, and probably could argue it was summer, but I had a design in mind and very spring-like, and it just didn't work. So kind of quite late in the piece, I had to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I picked the sunflower design. Flowers are spring, right? Even though sunflowers are summer. So it's the Sunflower Sampler from Heart and Hand, and I used stitched this on a scrap of 40 count parchment linen from Country Stitch. I used some called for threads that I had, and then some substitutions. Again, stitched it twice because this is my version and the other version went to my swap partner. Wasn't really a swap, we got randomly assigned. So I'm pretty sure I put her initials up here, and on my version I put mine. On the chart, the chart had been a pass the stash from my friend Sam, and I believe they originally came with a little button or something. It was a little crow button, I think, but I just put initials in there, so made use of that space. Start finish FFO in September 2024. Finish number 22 is the Moroccan Sampler from Cliffside Stitches. This is on 36 count persimmon linen from Fibre on a Whim. It's my own DMC conversion. I took the colour palette and muddied it up a little, changed it a bit to match some pottery that I've got from Morocco. And these colours are much similar, much more like the pieces of art that I brought back from Morocco. Started this on the 18th of November 2022. This was one of my 50 at 50 starts, so start number 44 of 50, and I had started on Moroccan Independence Day. I had thought I might try and finish it on that same date, but I didn't. I finished it earlier on the 29th of September, which is actually my dad's birthday. So he didn't quite make that birthday, unfortunately. Finish number 23 is the Halloween cross-stitch ball from Cherry Parker Designs. I had great intentions to have this fully finished. I have so many great intentions and they just don't happen. So this is stitched on the called for 25 count vintage grey, purple passion and slate Lugana from Zweigart. Mostly it's very close to the charted DMC and overdyes. I made a few substitutions. There are actually a couple of charms still be added, but I'll wait till I construct it before I add those. Because you need to like iron batting on and do a bunch of ironing. So I started this on the 30th of March. It was a sale I didn't really keep up due to Dad being sick and then, us losing him. So best intentions again. I finished the stitching on the 3rd of October 2024. So that's the 6 octagons. They're pretty much complete. Here are the 8 hexagons. The doll needs some sequins or little buttons. Cherry sent me some sequins to put on, and the spiderweb needs a spider charm. I've got a couple of options thanks to Cherry and Catherine for sending me a charm to put on there. And then there are 12 little squares that are in the filler pieces. So very cute. Finish number 24 is the Common Thread 2 from Jeanette Douglas. This is on 32 count cream linen from Zweigart, using my own conversion, mostly Silks for You. The creme soie perlée from Averissois is called for, and yeah, everything else was Silks for You. And my own charms that I just pulled from my stash. So I put silver charms on. They're called for like brass, I think, or gold. I think they're brass charms. But mine's a little brighter than the called for, but all the specialty threads. That was fun. yeah, I hope that, and it has beads as well. I think by accident one of the beads was called for just because I had them in my stash, and then I substituted some mini beads with from my stash, eyelets and bargello and white work and all sorts of exciting things. Did I say it started on the 3rd of September 2023 and finished on the 13th of October 2024. The chart was a random act of kindness, a rack from Susie, my friend Susie down in Rangiora. Finish number 25 is the TGA Redwork Sampler from Just Stitching Along. This is on 35 count shortbread linen from Country Stitch, and I use my own overdyed cottons. The colours don't necessarily match the chart, like I just randomly picked different things. So like there might be the green stitches where there were blue in the chart, or that blue cat dog, don't know what it is a different shade of blue. And I just, yeah, I know the border was messed up, but it was already uneven. So this unevenness at the top, that's charted. Down this side, somewhere I messed up. But again, I just went in and yeah, it's already got like kind of unevenness. That's charted to be not fully, it's like the person miscounted and just went, oh, screw it, I'll just add an extra stitch in there. I love it. So this one I personalised, so the alphabet, I sort of charted my initials because originally that was TGA in there and I changed it to LAM. I didn't have, it was in a different font to the other alphabet. I just sort of made up my own font that sort of was similar-ish because obviously I had the A, so I could work off the A and just randomly made it work. It's not hard to make up a couple of letters. I wouldn't want to make a whole alphabet, but did I say started 5th of August 23 and finished 25th of October 24? I might have said that twice, but I'm getting tired now. Okay, finish number 26 is the companion to Moonglow. It's Floral Dreams, but also by Nora Corbett. This is on 32 count amber linen from Whitchard. It's not the called for. I think the called for is natural, maybe. I went with something a little bit warmer. I wanted her to have a nice golden glow. And I used mostly as charted. There were a couple of substitutions. I don't remember what they are now. Oh, I do. This is all called for, just the two colours that are in the leafy stalky thing. They were not as charted. They were substitutions from my stash, but everything in here, all the beads and everything are all called for. I love her. She was started on the 15th of September 2024, finished on the 5th of November 2024. Finish number 27 is the red and the black 2 from Prairie Moon. This is a companion to the red and the black 1 from Prairie Moon. Both of them, this one like the other one, stitched on 36 count grandpa's sleeve linen from TGA Designs. I used Silks For You PR070, which is the black, and then I used Victoria Motto Sampler Shop Scrumptious Red. So it's different red from number 1, but everything else is the same. And I just squeezed in my initials and the year in there, missed out a motif, and that's similar to how I stitched my initials in the red and the black 1. So I love these two Gothic samplers. They were my unicorns, and then they came back on the market via PDF, so they were very expensive, but it was still cheaper than buying charts off eBay. Started on the 23rd of September 2023 and I finished it on the 11th of November 2024. Finish number 28 is I Am No Bird, a Charlotte Bronte sampler from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is on 40 the count, 40 count Tickle the Ivory from Dames of the Needle using Anchor Black. I used Anchor Black for the companion piece, the Jane Austen sampler, but I used different 40 count linen. This is was a start on the 13th of October 2023, and what did I say? This was a start on the 13th of October. No, it's still not October. This was started on the 13th August 2023 and finished on 16 November 2024. Man, waiting. Finish number 29 is Brick House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. This is on 40 count Heartland linen from Picture This Plus. The linen was a rack from my friend Judith a couple of years ago, and I used my own overdyed conversion. The chart was a pasta stash from my friend Sam. I started this on my birthday, so this was my birthday sampler in 2024, so 18 January 2024, and I finished it on the 23rd of November 2024. I really wanted to get it. I always finish my birthday sampler in the year I started. That one kind of got forgotten about, so I'm glad I got it there in the end. The last big piece of stitching for the year, finish number 30, is Antique Alphabet Band Sampler from Vivsters. This is harder to show because it is actually quite a big sampler. There we go, we're back as far as we can go. There she is. Love it. This is on 35 count shortbread linen from Country Stitch using my own silk conversion, and also an overdyed cotton if I remember rightly, and I started it on 27 August 2023 and I finished it 4th December 2024. You may recall I was trying to work out what would be my last finish for the year, and I realized I'd already put the year on it, so it became that one, and I kind of stitched the second half of it in 1 week. So just shows you if you put your mind to something, you can get stuff finished, right? Then I have a few smalls left to finish off the year. Finishes 31 and 32 are 2 ATC cards for the summer theme. These were a modified motif from a Hands Across the Sea card, which itself was modified from a Hands Across the Sea sampler. This is on a 40 count scrap of linen, no idea what it is. In this light, I can't tell, it could be, who knows. And it's mostly the call for DMC. I changed this flower. The person receiving their version of this liked purple, so I changed a blue flower to purple. Otherwise, it's called for DMC. Start and finish in November 2024, and I FFO'd it in December 2024. Just a scrap of scrapbook paper on the back. That was my 4th ATC for the year. Finish number 33 is this Kangaroo Santa, one of the Down Under Santa Mill Hill kits. I've got the other 2. So I started this on the 7th of December 2024 and I finished it on the 19th of December 2024. Yep, all the kit materials, and except I stitched him all the crosses I did with 2 strands instead of the called, mostly it was called for 3. But I did the call for, I think, 2 strands of DMC for that back stitch, and I feel like I get a nice bit of contrast there. Stitched him right on the edge so that I can flip it and stitch him again for a copy for me. So thank you, Catherine from Country Stitch, for pointing out that there was enough paper to stitch him twice. You certainly get enough floss, especially since I only used 2 strands. There aren't enough beads, but I can substitute some of the beads for threads for my own one. I'm not too worried about that. And finally, if you've just watched my YouTube video this week, floss tube number 251, you should be not at all surprised about what's next. I have three starts. I have three other starts and finishes. Again, goes over a weekend, so it doesn't count as a start finish. So 30 finishes, 34, 35 and 36 are these three nutcracker ornaments. The wooden blanks and the charts are from Happy Stitching Time on Etsy. I used the charted DMC. I used 3 strands for these, and they were stitched between the 26th and the 30th of December. I did the blue one first. Give you a little close-up of him. Very cute. I then stitched the green one. And then I stitched the red one. And that's the last of my stitching. So I have some stats for you. I started 30 things in 2024 and I finished 36 things. So I had a net work production of 6, which is great. So that's the end of my finish parade. I am going to sit on the couch now and edit it. It could take a little while because I've got to stitch a whole lot of stuff together. But thanks for coming along, and yeah, keep an eye out for my work parade. I should get that finished tomorrow. I did have a message from my new boss earlier today saying I don't need to start work tomorrow. There is the guys are still working on getting some new environments built, and essentially there's nothing really for me to do tomorrow. So I get Monday off as well at this stage. I may even get Tuesday off because I only offered to come back early to help out with some testing. So I'm not going to complain about it. Thanks again. Appreciate you all, and yeah, let's wonder how many finishes I can get this year. We'll see. Take care, and as always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.